Good morning. 3+U, as you know, is a community-oriented show. Always love bringing you highlights from across the Tennessee Valley, but we are not the only ones who love celebrating community. And this morning, we have gone on the road down to Chickamauga, Georgia for a very special reason at the invitation of the Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. We are here this morning in their newest location in Chickamauga, and Jed Mescon is opening up the show with me yet again this morning. He is the community liaison for the credit union. Good morning.
Julie, we haven't done this in a long time, sat next to each other.
I'm trying to not giggle.
We are, we have some great memories, but of course life moves on, and I'm really enjoying this position as the community liaison for Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union.
It's the perfect thing for you, and you and I have had some phone conversations of late about this new branch that y'all have opened here in Chickamauga. You're so excited because it is truly community.
We've been in North Georgia for a long time, but this is the first time that we've actually had a branch in the city of Chickamauga. It is a beautiful branch. I know you'll get a picture of what it looks like from the outside, but the unique thing is the brick on the outside is so similar to what you would see at the Chickamauga battlefield for some of those monuments.
Oh, really?
The architect was brilliant. So in other words, it's just really a continuation from as you drive through the battlefield. This is the first thing that you see when you enter Chickamauga.
What you're going to find throughout the course of this hour, we're going to take you on a tour of Chickamauga to a degree. You'll get to meet some of the shop owners here. You'll find about living here in Chickamauga. We'll get a history tour courtesy of John Culpepper. Great sense here, and they pride themselves on preserving that history like you're talking about. But you step in here, Jed, it's like a modern oasis, all the conveniences you would want.
It really is. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, our interactive teller machines, what we have available. And it is just something that Chickamauga should be very proud of. This building, it's first class. It really is up-to-date technology. And, you know, we serve 13 counties in the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia area. Talk
to me a little bit personally before we go. We're going to check in with Tammy Zumbrin as well as we open the show up for you this morning. But you're a lifelong learner. Do you get excited all the time at what you're finding about the credit union and who all can be a part of it?
Okay, the first word that I learned getting this job was, you are not a customer, you are a member. And if you join a credit union like Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, you are an owner. So if you are a member of Tvfcu, you own one share of the credit union. That goes a long way when it comes to making board decisions, when it comes to thinking about what events we're going to support in the community,
right, how
we're going to spend your money, and it really puts us to the fire because we've got more than 160,000 people who own a share.
I'm glad that you mentioned that about what events you support, because people they're probably very familiar with seeing anything you've gone to in those 13 counties brought to you by, sponsored by the Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. They want to be that backing.
They have done a fantastic job getting that name out there in all of our counties, and being the community liaison, I know for a fact that we are in every single one of those counties. If we're not supporting some type of music fest or financial literacy operation, then we are definitely in the schools there like we are here.
So here's the thing. We're going to quit talking to Jed and walk over and catch Tammy Zumbrin, who's been on the show many times. You know her face and name as well, because when you do walk in to have your banking done, you want to feel comfortable and know that it's somebody that you're familiar with. Well, right here at the credit union in Chickamauga, they are employing people from Chickamauga and Fordo.
You're right. And please ask Tammy how you can join Tvfcu. It is so simple. All you have to do is really live in the area.
Let's go find her right now. We didn't have to walk far to find her. We caught up with Tammy Zumbrin here at the newest branch of the Tvfcu in Chickamauga, and she has got the answer to Jed's question on how you become a member of the credit union.
That's right. If you live, work, worship, do business in any of our 13 counties, you can join the credit union, and then your family can join. So anybody living here in Chickamauga, we would love to have you come open an account with us.
I am glad that we are in the area of the branch that we are, because behind you is one of your interactive teller machines.
Yes.
I'm a credit union member, as you well know, and I am addicted to these things.
They're wonderful.
They are not an ATM machine. You're talking with a credit union employee.
You are, and I think it's important for people to know that all those employees work at 535 Chestnut Street in downtown Chattanooga. So they are local people serving our members who are also local community people.
Now, when you come here into the branch, and you're meeting face-to-face with the folks here, they are also hyper-local because they're Chickamauga or Fort O, right?
Yes, and we have one in Lafayette, but they're all right here in this area. And so you probably know them. You've probably seen them at the ball game or, you know, out doing your shopping. So we've got 6 employees here that are just looking forward to serving anybody in the community.
Okay, talk to me. I know that you are not the head of the credit union, but you've been in banking for a long time. So there's a psychology behind it, Tammy. It has to mean a lot to people, it would to me, to come in and know that I am doing business with my neighbor.
It does. People really enjoy doing business with people that they know. They also appreciate the fact decisions are made locally. Our branch manager can make most decisions, and if she can't make the decisions, then our CEO is downtown, as is all senior staff at, you know, right there on Market or Chestnut Street. So it's local, it's community driven, community owned. We love it.
I do want to touch on one more thing specific to you, then we'll talk about the hour for the show. But specific to the credit union, the world has evolved. We all live with phones in our hands and technology at our fingertips. So y'all have evolved too, because these teller machines, the interactive ones, they're 6 days a week, 7 to 7.
They are. We are very technology driven at the credit union, but we still want to keep that connection with people. So we don't want anybody to think just because we've gone to technology means that we're not, you know, having that personal touch. I think we found a good balance for both. But you can. I had a member came in here the other day when I just happened to be down here, and he said, I absolutely love that you are open longer hours, and you're here to serve those of us who are out working,
right,
and can't get to their financial institution during the day.
Right.
That meant the world. You know, that's awesome.
Well, I've lived it, so I'm nodding my head in complete agreement with that member. So let's talk about the hour ahead, because y'all are very excited to be here.
We are.
So you've had fun getting out and exploring the Chickamauga area.
I've not been down here a lot. I'm a Hickson girl, so you know, the other side of the world from here, but came down early on and just got to meet a lot of our neighbors down here. It's amazing. You go down to the square, a lot of neat little stores down there. It's fun. The high school, oh my gosh, you know, if you go to that high school, you're all about the sports and being there on Friday nights and cheering your team on, and it's exciting.
So you're going to feel, we hope, by the time this hour comes to an end, that you too are part of the Chickamauga community. And if you still want to keep your house in Chattanooga or Lafayette or wherever you might live, you'll definitely want to come down here and pay them a visit. So over the course of the hour, you're going to get a history lesson. You are going to have a chance to see what kind of housing opportunities are available. Hopefully we'll check in with some of the folks over at Gordon Lee High School, get some of that good school spirit going on, and we'll take you on a tour of the Gordon Lee Mansion as well. Plus, as Tammy mentioned, those downtown businesses on that quaint square that themselves are often members here of the credit union. So thanks for the invitation.
Oh, so glad you guys came down and that we're getting to highlight this wonderful part of our community.
Let the tour begin. We are back after this.
West Yellowknife Trading Post is everything under the sun. Half-inch plywood just $24.50 a sheet. Heat pumps and AC units from $15.75. Don't pay big box prices. But hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
I got hurt in a car wreck, but hiring a lawyer sounds like such a hassle.
It's actually not. It's a lot easier than you think to hire Jay and Brent.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to evaluate your case.
And that free 5-minute call could mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
It only takes 5 minutes. Why wouldn't you call?
The first call to Jay and Brent took only 5 minutes. And in the end, they settled my case for $150,000.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us. We're on top of it.
Call 265-1100.
How do you know you're getting the most money for your gold, silver, and old jewelry at Cleveland's Coin and Jewelry?
Just come see for yourself.
How can Cleveland's Coin and Jewelry really offer so much beautiful new and pre-owned jewelry of unmatched quality at such incredible prices?
Stop by. We'll show you how.
When you visit Cleveland's Coin and Jewelry at 843 Keith Street Northwest, you always get a lot more for a lot less.
come see how easy it is.
Cleveland's Coin and Jewelry.
Hearing loss separates and isolates, but hearing aids properly fit can mend that broken connection.
The big deal with my wife, she don't have to repeat herself 3 or 4 times. And I can hear the grandchildren when they call on the phone, you know. I can hear, you know, hearing them laugh, hearing them talk real clear is a true blessing for me.
Let us help you reconnect.
West Yellowknife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Save hundreds off freestanding tubs. 2-piece bath shower inserts as low as $5.79. Don't pay big box prices. But hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
Trust the Channel 3 Storm Alert team for weather coverage you can count on.
So by now, just like us, chances are you have fallen in love with the charm of Chickamauga. Make no mistake about it though, beyond the beauty of the scenery and the mountains that surround it, the downtown area of Chickamauga is vibrant and thriving with quaint and unique businesses. So this morning, we have stepped in to Moonlight Bay Soap Company. Jody Minter and her husband have pretty recently opened the store. Thanks for welcoming us in.
Thank you.
A year ago, right? At Christmas.
Yes.
So I almost don't know where to start with our conversation, Jody, because beyond the beauty of the store when you come in and the delicacy of the soaps that you make is the story behind how you got here. Do you ever get tired of telling it?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to set you up and then I'm going to let you fill us in, okay?
Okay.
If you've ever had a dream and then you wake up the next day and you kind of think, oh, that was an interesting dream, but you struggle to quite remember all the details, you know the power that dreams can bring.
Yes.
Yours is quite the exception. Tell us what happened.
So basically, I had a dream that I was making soap. In the background, I could see the building, but I mainly just saw the soaps. Like everything else was kind of a blur. And I woke up, and I woke my husband up. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I had the craziest dream. He was like, what? And I was like, we were making soap, like making soap and candles and things like that. And he was like, well, are you out of soap? And I was like, no. He goes, well, I guess we're buying the stuff to make soap.
So I can stop right there because how many husbands do you know would have said, oh, that's a crazy dream and gone back to sleep?
Yeah.
Instead, he woke up too and said, the good Lord must be telling us something.
Yes.
Let's take a gamble.
Yes.
So you began to research.
Yes.
Yeah, you began to make the soaps in your kitchen.
Yes.
Then the story goes from there that it kind of caught on, so you realized you were going to need to have a store, and you came into this building on this darling corner in downtown Chickamauga, and you stopped in your tracks. Why?
We loved just the appeal of it. Like the outside of it is older, it's the wood, and it's very, I don't know, there was something about it that pulled to me. And when we came inside, I was like, this is the building. We have to have this building.
But why?
It just felt right.
Okay, I thought you had told me that in your dream this was kind of...
Yes, it was this layout. It was like I saw where everything was going to go when I walked in. And I was pulled to it.
So, that's great to have this interesting story behind it, but then you got to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. But you've done that too, Jody. You've done your research. You have got quite a following, not just here in Chickamauga, but you've got a map on this wall.
Yes.
You have soaps all over the world that people are using.
I love it, yeah. That is where all of my customers are in the U.S., and then that is where they are in Europe, in Austria and Portugal.
So let's talk a little bit about what makes these soaps, and then she also makes candles, right?
Yes.
What makes them so unique? It's the quality of what you're putting in, right?
Yes, there's absolutely nothing in any bar of soap that your skin does not need. There's no harsh detergents, no harsh colorings, no harsh fragrances, anything of that nature. They will change the way your skin feels, honestly.
They will?
Yes.
So often, you go to any store and you're looking at soap for your face and then again for your body. Are these intended to be used either?
Yes, they are. I have specific ones that I make for faces, like my oatmeal and honey and my sunrise coffee. It has real coffee grounds in it, so it's really good to exfoliate your pores and things like that.
It's not typical for people to come in to buy some soap, and you're busy making new batches.
Yes.
You're doing that on a regular basis.
Yes.
And you're looking ahead to the holiday season for some special flavors. Right?
I am. I'm making a candy cane soap, actually. So, and it smells really good, and it's really pretty.
So I love candles. I'm a candle burner at my house, and I've learned a thing or two that they don't all burn the same. No, you were pretty quick to brag on yours, and I'm glad you did.
Yes, so mine are coconut soy, so they burn cleaner, no black smoke or anything like that. You can actually use them for lotions. So they're skin safe. They burn at a lower temperature, so it won't burn you. If you have children and they get knocked over, it's not gonna scald them.
So when you say you can use it on as a lotion, would that be good if you had a burn or a scratch or something? Is the coconut good for that?
The coconut can be, yes. It's more for moisturizing than anything like that. So you can like dip your finger in there. I suggest the wax melts versus the candles, but because it's
that makes sense.
Yeah. But you can rub it in and it makes your skin soft.
You, I'm sure, kind of go home every day and kind of pinch yourself a little bit at how quickly this is all happening.
Yes, I do, because I can't believe it. Like, I had a vision and we brought it to life. And it's been amazing, and I hope it continues.
So you don't want to hog all of the success, if you will. So you also, I noticed as I'm sitting here, there's a table across from me that caught my eye. You have a friend that makes antibacterial cleaning products.
Yes, her name is actually Tanya Elrod, and she makes Elrod's Essentials, and I use these every day in my house and my home. They are amazing. They clean, they're safe if you have children or animals, so I highly believe in her products.
I know you're accustomed. We're going to have to wrap it up to go continue our tour, but the bell rings on your door frequently with tourists who come to Chickamauga to enjoy this time of year.
Yes.
You are definitely worth a destination shopping experience.
Thank you.
So you'll be open Black Friday?
I will be. Yes, I will be. I'm looking forward to this holiday season.
I'm telling you, I'm shopping while I'm here. I think all of us on our crew who are here this morning are looking forward to enjoying some of the products that you make. So thank you so much, and
thank you.
Congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much.
You can come visit them too. It's Moonlight Bay Soaps, right?
Yes.
Right here on the square in downtown Chickamauga. Just one more reason that the credit union is so happy to now have a branch open to celebrate this community that is thriving and bringing people in every single day. We're back after this.
Hey, I'm Tiffany from Tvfcu, and we're so excited to be here. Come see us.
I need 3 garlic butter bacon burgers.
Coming right up.
Will someone grab me some more cheese? Keep that garlic butter coming.
Burger up.
Order up. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger.
We're going alive. It's actually happening.
Let's go!
I enjoyed it so much.
We're in 10,000 BC, and with that came violent winter storms. Things are going to get real bad real fast.
Look out!
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I ain't got time to deal with a lawyer.
It's easier than you think to hire Jay and Brent at the McMahon Law Firm.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to evaluate your case.
And that free 5-minute call can mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
It only takes 5 minutes? Why wouldn't you call?
The initial call to Jay and Brent was just 5 minutes, and they settled my case for $230,000. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us. We're on top of it.
Call 265-1100.
It's twice as nice at the new Mango's in Red Bank. Mango's showroom is twice the size, twice the sofas and chairs, twice the dining tables, twice the lamps. More of all the decor that makes a house a warm, inviting home. Buy one item or the whole room. Mango's selection can update any room in your home. And don't forget the jewelry and candles for gift giving.
Come see us at Mango's.
Cute name, great prices for everything in your home.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
We told you that you were going to have fun on this tour of Chickamauga, and just you get ready because we are practically at the epicenter of this quaint town this morning, standing outside of Gordon Lee High School, where Principal Michael Langston is beaming this morning because of all the people in this town. He is very proud of the job he has. Thanks for welcoming us over.
Thank you. We're glad to have you.
You are not kidding when you say that this is the epicenter. For one thing, it's literally on the main drag. And you said that there's not an event that you have here where the whole town does not show up.
That's true. One thing I found out 7 years ago when I showed up here is if something's going on at the high school, the entire community is involved. People that have gone to school here generations and generations to new people that have moved to the community. Our people do turn out, and it's a wonderful thing.
Gordon Lee, I mean, we're in Chattanooga, but the reputation of Gordon Lee extends there. People know about the quality that your school puts out in all things, academics, sports, performing arts.
I will say that I'm biased. I think that we have the best public school around. Our students, no matter what we do, our motto is we want to be the best at that. In the classroom, testing, academic, extracurricular clubs, activities, anything we do, we want to do the best. And we get that support from the community, from the school board. I believe that we have the best students and faculty and staff of anybody around.
You obviously are dealing with the high schoolers, but you have that sense of community that you find here in Chickamauga extends to your students, because even your little ones on the elementary level, you're all part of one campus. So they kind of get to feel comfortable around the big kids as they grow up.
They do. The kids at the elementary school, you'll see them walking through here in the morning and the afternoon when they're going. We share a cafeteria with our middle school, so our middle school staff and I work very closely together. Little things that a lot of people don't know. Homecoming, we do a homecoming activity, parade. We go through the elementary school. This week is our Trine Week, the oldest rivalry in the state of Georgia.
Now you have to know, I am not a Chattanooga native, which means that I don't always, but I've been here a lot of years, so I know what Trine is. There are a lot of people watching who might not know. Talk about that rivalry.
It is the oldest rivalry in the state of Georgia. They're about 30 minutes south of us. So we do some crazy things. We have activities throughout the week. One of the good things about being so close to our middle school is our middle schoolers participating in the dress-up week. We've got pep rallies. We've got pie in the face of the principal. We've got all kinds of activities set up this week just for school spirit. One of the things about this and about the community and the school spirit is we still have people that are proud to be a Trojan.
Talk to me a little bit about this small town feel, because we have it to some degree in Chattanooga too, where people are born and raised and they go away and come back home. You're seeing in Chickamauga people seek you out from all parts of the country, but part of what they're drawn to, I guess, is that sense of history that you preserve while looking ahead to your future.
There is. You know, just a couple of years ago, it was a heated debate on whether or not to build a new school. And one of the things that I think our school system did a great job of is building a new school and providing the new amenities for our students, but also making it or tying in the past. Our new building looks exactly like the old building. It's just a little bit larger with more amenities for our kids. Providing those kids the opportunity to get ready for whatever they do to be successful after they leave here. Many of our students are going to go out. They're going to leave Chickamauga, and then they're going to come back here and raise their families, and their kids and their grandkids are going to attend here eventually.
Do you find that your history classes are easier to teach when it comes to Tennessee state history, because half of the kids know it already by the time they get here?
Well, our kids do work hard.
And Georgia,
in Georgia, our kids do work hard. They take a Georgia history class in 8th grade where they do a very good job of learning about the area. So a lot of them they've been to the battlefield, they've been to different areas, and they've learned about what makes Chickamauga special.
You're not just a principal, you're also a parent. Got to be a bittersweet year for you.
I am a parent. I have a daughter who's a senior this year, so she will be graduating from Gordon Lee. So it's one of those years where you go through and it's the year of last. Played her last softball game the other day, had her last homecoming. Pretty soon, before you know it, she'll be walking across the football field at graduation at the end of May.
I know the kids are all dressed up and having fun with this try-in week this week, but does your heart just kind of soar? Do you find time in the course of your day every day to get out and walk the hallways and hear the conversation and the laughter?
I do. We have, like this morning, we had an activity where we had a hula hoop race for all 4 classes to compete, and that's one of the things our kids do in the classroom and everywhere else is they try to compete to be the best.
So before I let you run and get back to try-in week, do you have a prediction? This show will air after the game.
Correct.
So we'll be able to hold you to your word like our guarantee. Do you have a prediction on the score of the game Friday?
Our Trojans are going to come out on top. They're going to make us proud. I will say right now that we win 24-17.
Okay, we'll have to check and see how that is after the game has come and gone. For anybody who is kind of watching this show today and they're thinking, gosh, they really do have a sense of community down there. Is it real? It's real? It
is real. I would challenge anybody that questions that to come down and see it and be a part of it. We'll show them around, we'll let them see what it's like, and they'll know how special it is before they leave.
All right, we'll let you get back inside to your students, but thanks for some time with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Go Trojans on Friday night too. Thank you so
Trojans.
much.
I'm Tony, and I love working here at Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. And what I'd like you to do for me is I'd like you to come see me here at the Chickamauga branch.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
I'm C. Mark.
I'm John Mark.
Never text and drive.
Always wear your seatbelt.
John Mark and I have been trial lawyers in Chattanooga for over 32 years.
And our support staff and attorneys are from right here in Chattanooga and North Georgia.
Chattanooga, you voted us best law firm and best personal injury law firm.
More times than any other local law firm.
We've collected millions of dollars for our clients.
And we don't get paid until you get paid.
So give us a call at 265-HURT.
That's 265-4878. We are your local law firm.
It's Hamrick's biggest sale of the year. Ladies and men's puffer coats, only $12 each. Color-changing puck lights, $10. Hanging throws, also $10. Sleep pants, 2 for $9. Kids, 2 for $8. Christmas pillows, 2 for $15. 12-pound weighted blankets, $16.98. And Ruby Road or Emily Daniels coordinates, only $15. Hamrick's biggest sale of the year.
If you have psoriasis, it's time to see the possibilities with Taltz. Up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
We had so much fun talking with the principal at Gordon Lee High School that we had to take advantage of the expertise we found on site and talk a little history here in Chickamauga. Thank goodness Kevin McElhaney, who teaches U.S. history here at Gordon Lee, had a few minutes free to spare some time with us. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having me.
So we are here in front of the Gordon Lee Mansion. When people found out that we were going to come down here and do this profile, so many people in Chattanooga said, man, I hope you have a chance to cover the mansion. It's a beautiful piece of architecture.
And it is, if you would, the center of Chickamauga. It has been a staple of the Chickamauga community forever. I was born here, my father was born here, so we've always had the mansion as a backdrop to the study of history in Chickamauga and its tie-in to the Civil War and other times.
It's an interesting conversation for me to have with you because here you are teaching high school students. I have a high schooler myself.
Right.
There are a lot of years between 1861 and 65 to 2021.
Correct.
It's sometimes for kids, I think today, this sense of understanding that part of our history almost doesn't seem relevant to their lives today, yet your students live it every day.
Well, as a teacher here, I mean, we're able to to walk across the parkway here and come into a site that like the mansion, and they open it up and make it available to us, and the history tours that they run are incredibly well done. We get to go to Crawfish Springs, which as a lone water source in this area played a huge role with the Union Army coming into this area, the Union Army using the mansion as part of their hospitals and things of that nature during the Battle of Chickamauga.
Well, okay, so that's part of what I guess you do as a history teacher, is you try to make it come to life.
Yes.
And that's hard for some kids to visualize, so to have it right here for them to see probably means so much. But there's a strategy involved, sadly, in war. You want good resources for your army.
Right.
That's what you had. So the town was actually once called Crawfish Springs, right?
Correct. That is correct. The springs were here much longer than the Civil War, obviously, and being a clean water source was obviously a huge part of history. The Native American aspect of this, because originally the Native American presence in this area was quite strong. So it's been a history that goes well before the Civil War, but we're able to take the kids and walk down and see that. There's history after that too, though. With the Spanish-American War going on, they used the battlefield in Chickamauga for training purposes. We were able to, they used part of this area for the training of that also.
In the Spanish-American War?
Yes, ma'am.
Really?
So, I mean, you're talking about even a later time period that we worked through. That a lot of people don't know about the history of Chickamauga, that they were using it as training before the troops would try to go to Cuba and fight in the Spanish-American.
Can you spot at this point when a tourist has come to town and they're on the Civil War tour? Because people come here from all over the country.
They do. It's real interesting. You'll see cars from all different places that park down here at the tower, and you'll see them walking the grounds. And it's not been too long since 150th, excuse me, reenactment of the Battle of Chickamauga.
Right.
And I was able to drive a bus taking people to and from, and that was the questions that were asked in the history. It is well visited, this area, with the battlefield being right in our next door too. So
it's interesting to me to think that as we look down this drive, and it's a main street, people are driving along down there, that was the entryway for the Union Army to come through town.
That is correct. As they came from the northern section in through Tennessee, they came through what is called the Cove, that is just south of here, and they came up through what is now Cove Road, where we're standing and we can see it day to day. And they used this as a stop-off point because they needed to take the water source and use it with the horses and things of that nature, and created this area as part of your staging ground even for the Battle of Chickamauga.
Okay, so here we are in front of the Gordon Lee Mansion, Gordon Lee School right here. Tell us a little bit about who Gordon Lee.
Well, Gordon Lee was a well-known politician during the times, or prior to the Civil War, that owned a large, vast area of land in this area that was very prominent with his importance for North Georgia as a whole. He was able to provide lands for the educational purposes in this area, as well as the creation of the mansion that they actually built and lived in at that point.
Do you know, was it built pre-1861?
Yes, it was. Yes, this was done prior to the Civil War, so it existed years and years before.
Do people come and take tours of it on a regular basis? You mentioned that sometimes your kids can have access.
The city of Chickamauga does a great job with tourism in dealing with Civil War history. There are people that know a lot more than I do dealing with it on a day-to-day basis, but they do open it up. They have everything from ghost tours at different times that is a lot of fun for different people to go on, but it's also a great opportunity. They open it up generally 2 or 3 times a year for walks and tours that way. They do a great job decorating at Christmas and having an opening that way too.
I won't necessarily set you up for this because people have different views on things, but you did mention something, and you mentioned the ghost tours that take place.
Yes.
A lot of the folks that we've been talking to in our time here today make no attempt to hide the fact that they've had some experiences around town.
Oh, when Gordon Lee High School, we have a new building and it's a fabulous place, but the old high school, which was near and dear to my heart since that's where I went, there are stories that are well-respected people that I deal with on a daily basis that have experiences in the school, and it's a lot of fun to talk about those. There's another house not far from here that the owner is a good friend of mine that swears up and down there'll be cabinets that open and close according to, they'll close them and they'll become open. So Chickamauga, they can't help but tell the ghost tours or the ghost stories of the Battle of Chickamauga. I mean, it was the bloodiest two-day battle of the Civil War. I mean, you're talking about a major aspect of this.
Is that hard for your kids in class to fully grasp when you talk about the sheer number of casualties? Because it seems like I learned once that in the Civil War, there were more casualties in those 4 years than there were in World Wars I, II, and even
in all wars up to Vietnam.
Up to
so
Vietnam.
If you add all the wars together, the casualties in the Civil War, because it's America fighting America. I mean, so you have brothers versus brothers, and and that's what we tend to forget sometimes. But when you're talking, 25 and 30,000 casualties in a battle like the Battle of Chickamauga, it's hard for them to grasp until you start showing them numbers, comparatively speaking, to other events in history.
And what an interesting time for you to be a teacher, not to get political in any way, shape, or form, but it's no secret that we feel like often we live in a country where we're a little bit divided these days. For your kids to see that once upon a time we went to war over our disagreements, let's don't let that happen again. The relevance of the conversation must be pretty palpable for you.
Well, these kids have a great grasp of feeling the division that sometimes occurs within a nation, whether it's politically or economically. It really doesn't matter which way, but they have a great grasp of being able to discuss the fact that you can have disagreements and you can have that, but at a certain point there needs to be compromise between the sides in order to avoid this type of situation again. Now, we see the divide politically a lot right now, but our kids, along with a lot of other schools in this area too, tried to go in and teach the aspect of compromise and figuring out a way that just because your ideology may be a little different than mine does not make me all right and you all wrong.
Let's find the common ground.
I think you find that common ground and it works wonderfully.
Well, I tell you what, I think that hats off to all of you here in Chickamauga for finding a way to hold on to the history, because it's a proof and an example of why learning your history helps you into your future.
Right.
So thanks for the tour this morning.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
One more reason the Trojans are proud of their community here in Chickamauga.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Brandy. Come on down and see us at our new Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union Chickamauga location.
Daily, we see headlines of terrible crashes involving 18-wheelers and large commercial vehicles. At Whittemart Keith, we will use our resources, years of experience, and track record of winning against commercial carriers.
The name you know and trust.
It may be fall, but summer is coming to the Memorial Auditorium. Channel 3 wants you to win a pair of tickets to the Donna Summer Musical, an electric experience with more than 20 of summer's classic hits. Enter to win every day on Channel 3's Facebook page.
Growing up, I could always count on my dad to help me make the right choice, from the right eyeglasses to the right college. So after he suffered a stroke, I knew it was my turn to help him make the right choice in rehabilitation. I asked his doctor who she trusted for the best care and outcome, and she said, Encompass Health, the nation's largest system of rehabilitation hospitals and the name more medical professionals refer to. My dad has always wanted what's best for me, so I did what's best for him. Encompass Health.
Need cash? TitleMax offers 2 ways to get it. Get cash using your car title. Go to TitleMax.com, enter the car year, make, model. See how much you can get. TitleMax also offers an unsecured loan. No title required. Check out TitleMax.com when you need more cash. Check out TitleMax.com and shop us for rates.
Get up to $2,500 without a car title, or up to $6,500 using your car title.
And you'll say, I got my title back with TitleMax.
Get your title back with TitleMax.
Not all of this memoir might be absolutely 100% true, but how can it be? My head's full of spaghetti.
The always entertaining Alan Cumming.
This chimp fell in love with me. I was so flattered.
Next, Rachel.
Weekdays at 2 on Channel 3.
I was in a motorcycle wreck. That was the worst day of my life. He always checked on me. He checked on my family. He's just a wonderful, wonderful guy.
The Whittemart Keith difference? Call us to find out.
The name you know and trust. Sky 3, coverage from breathtaking angles.
I really hope that you're enjoying this tour of Chickamauga, courtesy of the good folks at TVFCU. Chances are a lot of you are thinking, gee, I wish I could go and live there. Well, if you're lucky enough, you might be able to find a house that's currently on the market. And the man to see is Nathan Stoker. He has Palmer House Realty right here on the square in downtown Chickamauga. What a prime location you have.
No, it's a very, very nice location. Downtown Chickamauga just has so much to offer. And, you know, we're right here on the corner, and, you know, we couldn't pass up the opportunity to take this office back a couple years ago when we got the opportunity.
So I want to talk about your office for a minute because it ties back in to that sense of community as all the cars go by us as we're talking this morning. You don't have to go very far in this town before you talk to somebody who has just this crazy story to share of how their current day life connects with their family's history or a friend's past, something.
Yes.
Just your office, Nathan, has an eerie story behind it. Your grandfather once had a service station at the building that now houses your realty office.
Yes, ma'am. I actually had taken possession of the office not knowing anything about it. And then I was out here one day and my aunt drove by and said, I saw you down there, what were you doing? And I said, well, I'm actually opening an office there. And she said, well, that's the exact location that your grandfather had a service station 60 years ago. And come to find out, yeah, they used to have gas pumps out here, and the bay doors were along that wall there. And come to find out, the owner of the building said that the bay doors, garage doors, are still up in the attic.
Wow.
And so my grandfather was still living at the time. I actually brought him out here. He told me a bunch of stories and everything, but it just gave me chills to know that, you know, because I didn't have any idea when I took the building.
So I'm sure in his day, the community kind of came to him. In a way, you get it coming to you by looking out your door. You were talking about this sense of community and pride here in Chickamauga.
Absolutely.
A lot goes on in this square. So in the summertime, they have
we have First Fridays, yeah. So the first Friday every month, they'll actually bring people out. They'll have live music, games, and festivities and things of that nature. It's just really something great for the community to come out and do.
Yeah.
Of course, we got some local restaurants and businesses and all that, so it's really wonderful. So we actually also have movie in the streets where every once in a while they'll actually play a movie out here.
Fun.
And they'll bring the people from the community, and they'll actually bring them right in front of my office, you know, and so I really couldn't ask for a better location.
Okay, so let's talk about then who's coming and knocking on that office door. In Chickamauga, it seems, I mean, of course you're known for your historic homes.
Absolutely.
There are a few of those gems that you can be lucky enough to snag, but for first-time home buyers, there's something here too.
There's someone for every price range, you know, no matter what you're looking for. You know, there's such a wide variety, you know, so there's starter homes, you have people or homes that are, you know, more higher end, luxury homes, new construction. I mean, we have a little bit of everything.
You can kind of forget when something is literally in your own backyard how lucky you are to have it.
Absolutely.
This last year and a half has changed the whole country. People having a chance to work from home, they're thinking about where they live. Are you seeing that influx of people from other parts of the country choosing to come to Chickamauga?
We definitely are. We actually have a lot of buyers coming from other states, and this is just one of those areas and those communities that they just feel, you know, safe in. You know, it's a peaceful town. You know, it's very. Everyone's very close, you know, close knit. And so
you look out for each other.
We do, absolutely.
I think it's interesting too. Palmer House Realty, you were sharing with me, is based in Buckhead in the Atlanta area, but they've got branches in all different states. So they asked you to open a branch. You could have chosen anywhere. You chose Chickamauga.
That's right. You know, because I love the community. You know, I actually grew up just outside of Chickamauga and Flintstone, and I would drive through here a lot. And it just always appealed to me. And, you know, and for a home base, you know, where you've got people still walking around, you know, walking the streets, going to different retail shops and things like that. It almost reminded me of when you go on vacation and you go to like a beach town or historic town, and, you know, you've got a lot of tourists.
Right.
And so you get a lot of walk-by traffic here, and it's very nice.
Okay, so I know you got to run and put some for sale signs in people's yards. Inventory for you still a little bit low right now?
It is. Inventory is still low. In the greater Chattanooga MLS, where we post most of our listings, we've got under 1,000 homes. And to give you some context, when I started 12 years ago in real estate, we had 13,000.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a big difference. So that's why you're seeing a surge in pricing and you're seeing a low inventory. You know, it's supply and demand.
Right, but If you have fallen in love with Chickamauga and you think, still in all, I want to see if I can find a house of my dreams, give Nathan Stoker a call at Palmer House Realty. If nothing else, come down and enjoy a movie in the square, the holiday season around the corner, a great, quaint place to come and shop, and you too will fall in love with the sense of community here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Nathan.
Think senior living is too expensive? At East Ridge Residence, quality senior living is less than living at home. Think about all the expenses you pay for now. All these needs are provided at East Ridge Residence. Call us for a tour. East Ridge Residence, the best deal in town.
Let's be honest, moving is stressful, but this is the absolute best time to sell your home. So whether you choose my guaranteed offer or my massive marketing approach that powers this top producing team, call today and discover the Markite team difference.
It's actually happening.
Let's go!
I adore you so much.
We're in 10,000 BC, and with that came violent winter storms. Things are going to get real bad real fast.
Look out!
I got hurt in a car wreck, but hiring a lawyer sounds like such a hassle.
It's actually not. It's easier than you think to hire Jay and Brent.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to evaluate your case.
And that free 5-minute call can mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
A 5-minute phone call? Now that's easy.
Jay and Brent started working for me after just a 5-minute call, and they settled my case for $950,000.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us. We're on top of it.
Call 265-1100.
When you sell your home using my guaranteed offer, you get to skip the staging, the showings, and all those repairs because I give you an as-is cash offer up front and you simply get to pick the moving day. Call me today.
Come see how quality senior living at East Ridge Residence is better than living at home. Spacious apartments, chef-prepared meals, medical care from outside health partners, and fun activities. It's so much better than living alone. East Ridge Residence, the best deal in town.
This hour, as you know, is being brought to you courtesy of the folks at Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, and we've been focusing on what a pleasant place Chickamauga is to visit and certainly to live. So if you are considering buying a home down here in Chickamauga, Jessica Parrish is the perfect one for us to have enter the conversation this morning because she is the loan originator. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for having me.
Aren't you lucky because you were born and raised in Chickamauga, so many of the faces that we're seeing on the course of this hour are friends of yours.
Yes, absolutely. I've been here all of my life.
So right now, things within the mortgage and banking industry certainly shifted over the course of this last year, and you have found ways to still do business face-to-face when appropriate, but it's a lot easier for people now because if you want that remote way, virtual way of accessing the loan, you can do it that way too.
So most of our mortgage applications right now we're doing on the phone, online, and at TVFCU we have a really interesting product that nowhere else really has.
Which is?
It's called TVFcu Livestream. So you can get on your phone and you can FaceTime with a mortgage originator on our TVFcu Livestream app.
Really?
So you can talk to me virtually and we can see each other, but we're not right there together in front of each other, but it feels like we are.
So talk to me a little bit about what some of the common questions are that people are throwing your way, because more than ever, I'm guessing when you apply for a loan, you want to make sure you're going to get it so that you can get that house of your dreams. It's a hot market.
Absolutely. In this market, it is so crucial to get pre-qualified for a mortgage before you go purchase. You want to know what you are qualified for, and you also want to know for your information, if you're looking at a house, how much your payment's going to be, and if that's something, before you go fall in love with a house, if that's something you truly want to pay for.
You also have some flexibility, don't you, Jessica, in the type of loan you take. You could do a VA loan if you qualify, but you can do a conventional where you're putting money down. But are people still doing no money down loans, or are those harder these days?
So that's a great question. We have really unique products here at the credit union. We offer conventional loans, and then we also have portfolio loans. So our portfolio loans is basically a conventional loan, but we do offer 100% financing with no private mortgage insurance on those loans, with a certain credit score.
Okay, so that once again becomes the need to have the conversation so that you can know which is the better choice for you.
Absolutely. And you know, a lot of times people come to us and we can kind of coach them to say, once you get to this score, this is what we can offer you. This is what we can offer you now. So it's very important to have those conversations.
I know that Tammy and Jeb, we talked with them at the beginning of the hour, so excited about having this branch here in Chickamauga. Since you are a native, so to speak, you can probably speak better than anybody about the benefits this is going to bring.
I'm so excited this branch is here. This community is going to love having TVFCU right here at our doorsteps.
But you talk a lot, I mean, just this short conversation that we've had this morning about sort of things that are unique to you. You're the only ones offering these types of things. In conversations in all branches of the credit union, no matter the area of banking, is that kind of the emphasis, how to bring the next best thing to your customers?
That is something about the credit union. We are very innovative in our technology or whatever it may be. We are all about bringing the next best to our members.
You can't predict the future. None of us really can. But it is a time where there's some tenuous conversation of is the economy going to change sharply? Do you still advise people that real estate always is a good investment?
Real estate's always going to be a great investment. That's something that's never going to go away. Even, you know, if things change a little bit, you're still going to always get that return. It'll go back up one day if it goes down.
Right. And for people who have not ever purchased a home before to know what mortgage rates, interest rates have been in the past, they're still incredibly low.
Rates are very, very low right now. The rates are great. They are, you know, we have people calling all the time and they're just blown away, and they may have just purchased a home a year or two ago and the rates are so much lower now, even in that short of period.
So I know you mentioned, is it called a portfolio?
Yes.
Is that something that's available to anybody provided you're a credit union member?
So our credit union members, yes. Our portfolio loans, that just means we keep those loans in-house at the credit union.
Okay. And they can contact you simply by calling the credit union? Do they go online?
So to contact me, you can go online to tvfcu.com. We have a mortgage page. You can get all of my contact information there. You can call the credit union and ask for Jessica.
Home sweet home for the holidays is where you'll find yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, you are very lucky to have this part of our viewing area be home for you.
Yes.
We have loved our time here in Chickamauga.
Great. We're so glad you're here.
And the tour is not over. There is still more to come. So glad you're tuned in to this special focus on Chickamauga, courtesy of the folks at the Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. What a beautiful day we've had to enjoy. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Nanette Mull. I'm the branch manager at the Chickamauga branch. I've lived in Chickamauga all my life and support the school, support the football team, cheerleaders, and band, and it's all Navy, baby.
You have 3 burgers. You're sharing